a lot of people asked why the Book of Your Life and why the series and the trilogy and all of that. And I've been writing my entire life since I was in primary school. And initially it was only poems to kind of impress girls, and it worked until they got to know me. So I've been writing my entire life, and I think later my writing, and I'm going to say journaling, but it wasn't that. I started writing with more intention. I started writing where I wanted to live, where what car I wanted, those type of things. And then in 2019, pre-COVID, I launched the first series of the Book of Your Life, and it was very much built around the hustle culture. Just it always started with gratitude, but gratitude for me then was only like it was kind of an expectation. You have to be grateful for where you are. And so it was part of the book. Then you wrote down your future, and then you kind of imagine your future. And then you wrote down the things that you needed to get done, your to-do list, your hustle. How are you going to hustle yourself into this? And only after COVID, say about 2024, thereabouts, I realized and I came across a video of Andrew Huberman where he spoke about emotional gratitude. And for the first time, I actually started practicing emotional gratitude. I mean, I'll go into detail on that maybe in a later video. But that has changed my view on gratitude as a whole. There's two types. There's cognitive, where you literally just sit and you write down, I'm thankful for blah, 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 my house, my family, my kids. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, to cognitively think about what you're grateful for. But if you can get yourself into an emotionally grateful state, meaning you feel the emotion of gratitude almost in your soul and in your spirit, and you see it in others, then suddenly the way you look at people changes, because you've somehow opened a door into empathy, and into kindness. And I think that is where the whole journaling thing for me is at the moment. Is so there's, and it's not something I teach. This is my little framework, um, how I journaled, or how I structured my writings. Then there's a 31-day thing where you just what you've been taught in the initial book, and then the last one is kind of based on the artist way, which is something that's very, very powerful for me. And you'll see in this is, today is the what is today's date? Let me just quickly see, so I don't sound like a complete idiot. The 16th of January, it seems. And you'll see underneath the video is just some of the things that I wrote down this morning. I try and write 5 pages every day, after getting myself into an emotionally grateful state. And sometimes I'll just write, oh, it's so nice to sit outside. It's raining, it's summer here, so it's so cool, and there's this cool breeze. And oh, I remember yesterday we did this, and blah, 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 blah. But then also sometimes there's things that has been obviously brewing in my mind. And the moment I start writing, for some bizarre reason, and now I understand why, it gets dumped onto paper. And you'll see in the caption some of the thoughts that came to me this morning just simply by writing. And I think it's an extremely powerful tool. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to, I mean, you're welcome to, I'd appreciate it. But you can just use a notebook and use the hack and just start writing. It seems like such a simple thing. And I remember clearly the time in my life, or the times in my life, when life was best, as I remember, was when I was writing. And I'm going to use the word meditation extremely. Sure, I don't even want to say meditation, but the times when I wrote and I closed my eyes and I thought about people and the future and, where I want to be and what I want to do, those were the best times of my life. So, thus, the Book of Your Life series, and that's where it started. So, I hope you find this helpful in some way. This is absolutely not teaching you anything. I'm not an expert in anything. The older I get, the more I realize I know nothing. This is simply my experience, and maybe my experience in this specific subject could be helpful to you. So have a look, and if you have any questions or comments or whatever, just pass them on. Life, it seems, is very long or extremely short, and if there's a way for me to assist you to live a truly grateful life and have that gratitude spill over into kindness and empathy towards others, then done. My goal in this world is complete. I'm happy. I've got an incredible life, incredible wife. I sound like Jerry Maguire. So leave comments. And this is just a short little explanation on where it came from and what the almost the background of it is.